Hi friends, welcome to today's video in which I will talk about this little training tool or go on a walk tool. It's called a Flexi-Leash or retractable leash. And a friend of mine had an issue with his dog. He was going on a walk with the Flexi-Leash and by accident he dropped the leash and the dog got in panic and ran away because the Flexi-Leash was on the dog's back and he was pulling the Flexi-Leash and the dog got even more in panic and ran away. So this is a thing that could be dangerous when you go on a walk, and I will show you today how you can make the dog not care about when you drop the leash, when you drop the Flexi leash, and it makes loud noises behind the dog's back. And yeah, it's not about do I use a Flexi leash or do I don't use the Flexi leash. It's just about how to make the dog not care about the loud noises that the Flexi leash makes when he pulls it on his back. I will go over several steps how you can begin teaching the dog what is the Flexi leash, what is the noise the Flexi leash makes when it falls on the ground, and how you continue training with your dog when you drop the Flexi leash and your dog pulls it over the ground. So in the first step, we only teach the dog that the Flexi leash is nothing bad. So as you can see, I use my clicker and I show the dog the Flexi leash. He looks at the Flexi leash and I reward that. So this is an easy step you can make. And the next step will be I drop the Flexi leash not far from the ground. When the dog looks at the Flexi leash, I just drop it and I reward with the clicker. So the dog will pair dropping the Flexi leash with a positive feeling, so he knows, aha, when the Flexi leash drops, I get some food. Do it again. So you see, the dog has no problems with that. So that's why I start early with puppies, because otherwise, maybe later I get a problem, or you have a fearful dog, and it takes much longer than this now. Do it one more time. Drop it from a little bit higher. So that you see the dog is not showing any signs of fear, and now I can go to the next step. I teach the dog when I clip the Flexi leash on the collar, I reward the dog for that. So I do little baby steps with puppies to not do anything wrong and not get the dog aversive to the Flexi leash. The next thing you can do is you just pull the Flexi leash a little bit out, put it on the ground, take your food, you let your dog eat the food and pull the Flexi leash behind his back so the dog gets used to the weight that's on his back. So see, the dog is busy with eating and doesn't care about the Flexi leash on his back. What you also can do is just let him pull and then reward with a clicker. You can mix that up. Also, you do a little bit luring with the dog. You see the dog is a little hungry, so he's biting almost my fingers. But this is how you make the dog doesn't care about the Flexi leash on his back. What I also can do is I just put a little bit food on the ground, go a little bit away, and click the dog. So this will be the next step. So the Flexi leash is pulled behind the dog's back and the dog is busy also with reacting on the clicker coming to me and expecting to get food. So I start that off in a controlled environment, like on the training field, where it's fenced around the area. And so if the dog shows any sign of fear or the dog will run away, nothing can happen because we are in the fenced area. Yeah, this steps may take a few days, a few weeks, or even a few months if you have a fearful dog. It always depends on the dog. And if you have something that I showed that does not work on your dog, you got to find a way to train or to teach your dog not to be fearful when the Flexi leash drops. So every dog is different, and like I always say, There's not one training method for each dog. So you got to find a way to teach your dog not to be fearful. So this worked out pretty good. The dog did not show any signs of fear. And now I do what I call the Premier League. I go outside on the gravel because there's the noise of the Flexi-Leash going over the ground is much higher. And this is probably a problem for this dog, but we will see, and we will teach him not to be fearful of that noise. Let's go outside. So now we're in the Premier League. We're on gravel. So we go over the previous steps one more time and again, because here the Flexi-Leash, when I drop it or when the dog pulls it, makes another noise and it's much louder. So we go over the previous steps one more time. I just show the dog the Flexi-Leash. I drop it, and if the dog is not fearful and shows no emotions or no reaction on the dropping, I reward the dog, and I do it one more time, a little bit higher. So you see the dog is not showing any signs of fear, and then I can go over the next step. So what I don't have to do again is pairing the clipping on the Flexi-Leash on the collar again with food, because we did that previously and it doesn't make a difference if I'm on the gravel, on the grass. So I go over, I unroll the Flexi-Leash a little bit, I drop it on the ground, and I take food out and let the dog pull the Flexi-Leash over the gravel. You see, now the dog showed a little bit reaction on the noise. So what I did, you might be saying, hey, you're rewarding fearful behavior, but I will tell you what my experience is with marking the behavior of the reaction will change the dog's mind about his reaction. So the next time he won't show a reaction because he expects to get some food because I clicked. So that's a little bit a different topic, a little bit difficult topic, but I will explain that in a different video. So stay tuned, subscribe to my channel to not miss the upcoming videos. And always pay attention to your dog, because when you talk, you always have to get one eye on your dog, because when the dog shows a good behavior or a bad behavior, you have to show a reaction on that. So I do it one more time. I take my food out and I let the dog pull the Flexi-Leash again over the gravel. Perfect. So I did a perfect job. I do the next step one more time. I drop a little bit food on the ground, let the dog eat, and then I click the dog, and he shows no reaction to the noise because he expects food to get because I clicked. So right now we do our last step. We go on a walk, and by accident we drop the leash and see what the dog's reaction will be. So we go on a walk, and always make sure you use an old Flexi-Leash, because otherwise the Flexi-Leash gets a lot of damage. So we go on a walk, you see I let the leash drop, and I mark it because the dog showed no reaction. So this worked pretty well with this dog. We do it just one more time and then it's good for now. So we go on a walk, and by accident, oh, the leash drops. The dog showed a little bit of reaction, but I think this was just because the Flexi-Leash touched the dog. So we gotta do it one more time. Go on a walk, and by accident the leash drops. So see, the reaction gets less and less the more often you do it. So basically that's it for today. We try to keep the training sessions short with puppies, because otherwise they don't have enough concentration, and yeah, we try to keep it short. So that's it for today. We will keep training that, because in some moments he showed a little bit of reaction, so we just keep training that. And yeah, these steps may take days, weeks or months. It depends on your dog, and if you have a fearful dog, if the dog has a history before with a Flexi-Leash or with other loud noises. So you gotta find a way to train your dog and what's best for your dog. Another thing I want to tell you, if you have a dog that shows reaction or is a fearful dog, Don't do it on your training field, because otherwise the dog might get scars on the training field for your obedience, IGP, monitoring, whatever routine. So if your dog is fearful or is reacting to loud noises, don't do it on your training field. Just go in the dog park or whatever fenced area you want to find and train it there. So that's it for today. If you liked the video, as always, leave me a like, comment if you have any questions, and subscribe to my channel to not miss the next videos. That's it for today. We see you the next time. Bye bye.